OWSD, Organization for Women in Science for the Developing World, University of Harcourt branch. We've been doing this program for a while now, and you can see that this is the third time we're doing it. We did one in 2021, 2024, now 2025. Why are we always doing this? Those that we disturb all the time to give us money or to sponsor us, we just want to tell you why we do what we do. So we're encouraging girls to embrace STEM fields. It's not a new thing. It's not a new story. We hear about this all the time. STEM fields. Just look at this picture. Today is the International Women's Day, 8th of March, that started in 1911. It's not today, it has gone in a number of years. Look at this picture. You can see there's a hand, an invisible hand, helping the man, while the woman is the one pushing it herself. All women here, please clap for yourself. Because some of us that are Christians, when we pray at times, we thank God for that invisible hand that is doing miracles for us that we don't see. But men have that, women don't. And that is why we do what we're doing. We want girls to be conscious in their environment and know that they need to work harder, extra harder, to be able to make it. The decisions you make today will determine what you become tomorrow. So the International Women's Day, majorly, is for all of us here who care about women's equality, celebrate women's achievements, raise awareness about discrimination, and take action to forge gender parity. Now let's look at it. Imagine a gender equal world. Is it possible? I spoke with one of my colleagues the other day. He told me equality is possible, equity not possible. I didn't get what he was saying. But I feel all of us inside this room, both the male and female, we know that equality, equity, whatever it is possible. Abi? Yes. So a world full of bias, stereotypes, and discriminations. A world that is diverse, equitable, and inclusive. Everybody. There will not be any hidden hand helping the other person and not helping this other one. A world where difference is valued and celebrated. Nobody feels because you're a female, you can't make it. Immediately you're giving birth to, you're a female. Some people will bring down their face because they feel, because you're a female, there are places you can't go to. There are things you can't attain. But we're breaking that barrier, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. So let's accelerate this action, really. Let's walk the talk. Year on, the International Women's Day is certainly a powerful movement. You have heard when it started, so it's not a today thing, and I'm sure the men here, they've been hearing this thing for a very long time. So let's make a difference, think globally and act locally. Let's think globally and act locally. It's very important. I was just telling the day Professor Adeshope did the opening of this program we just mentioned, the gender equality policy program. We were doing a panel of, we had panel discussion. I just remembered what I didn't say that day. And I want to say it now because he's here. In my village, which is my husband's village, which is my village now, we do attend what we call conference every year, every December. And we have some set of people on the high table like this. Every other human being part of that community will all be here. For the past 16, 17 years I've been married. Anytime we go for that program, the only set of people here are all men. Both the IPP, the President PP, the President General, whatever they call them, the Treasurer, they are all men. And the women will be one side. The decisions will be taken here. The women will raise their hand, they will be saying this, that. Is it not what is fast here that will work, isn't it? So why can't women be part of this panel? So that is what we are looking at, a situation whereby the environment, our localities, our communities, our families, we start seeing the female, the girl child, the woman as part of this society. So we have to say there is space and place for everyone. We never fight this fight. It's not only women, and I'm happy that some men, like associating with us. That's the spirit of abundance. And so I just want to take you through memory lane. We started this program in 2021, and you can see that picture on my right. The former OWSD president, Professor Ikeya, she's the one that started this program. She's the one that thought about it. Because OWSD Unicord branch, we started in 2019. There was no program like this. So in 2021, she thought about it that these are the ones that will make the change. We have already made our decisions. We're already in the fields where we are. But the young ones, those in JS 1, JS 2, SS, they are the ones that will make that particular change we're looking for. So you can see, I'm the one trying to screw a robot there. So we're all in it together. So 2024, which was last year, we did something like this, and we also invited some of these schools, and that was the grand finale where some of our partners gave us some gifts that we gave out. And now we're in 2025. So we'll see how today will go, because these children have a lot to show us that we have learned so far. So STEM is the major thing we're talking about, looking at this particular Tech Girls Bootcamp. In as much as International Women's Day is talking about women in general, but our main aim is to help through STEM to make our young girls know that STEM fields are not difficult. They're not for men alone. Women can do it. And we are being underrepresented in most of these STEM fields, not only in Africa, even all over the world. So why does STEM matter? It matters because it helps drive innovation and progress. You know, these days is the world of, we're in the era of AI, isn't it? And if you go left, AI, go right, AI. It's a STEM field. And if you're not there, you might be left behind. So the gender gap we're talking about that we have seen in STEM, a lot of research has been done, a lot of statistics we can see that women make up less than 30% of the STEM workforce globally. Why is it so? We can see that in this. Because when I was just looking at this, you can see the STEM degrees and the gender gap. So why would there be less in the workforce? Because everybody wants to read a course that is a bit easy per se. Not that those courses are easy, but there have been that mentality in our homes. As a girl, you go and read sociology or psychology. You that is a banking and finance, my sister. You that is a boy, read mechanical engineering. You read computer science. You read, because you're a male. Nobody would ask you to go and read mechanical engineering as a female unless on your own you say, I want to do this course. I'm sure most of us that are here that read those courses were out of your own will. Because everybody around you will say, what are you going to do? Don't you know you're a woman? How will you climb there? What will you wear? Those are some of the social norms, some of the biases and lack of funding and all that give rise to this particular underrepresentation we are talking about. Now, look at this graph. Women make up of small percentage of STEM workers, as we have said. You can see the graph I have there. The ones on top are for the male, the one down are for the female. There's surely a slow, steady progress for female. You can see we're moving up. And the male, because our percentage is going up, the percentage of male in that particular workforce is coming down. Our aim, our desire is that one day, those two things will come together. We don't want to overtake yet. But we want a situation whereby those things come together. So that's so. But why do we see this? A lot of barriers. You can see this lady. A lot of things are holding her leg, her her waist, her hand, everywhere. Stereotype, STEM is for boys, mentality is there. Lack of role models. Few women are out there that are visible. Even the ones that are making it, they want to hide themselves so that they will not say this one. There's an adage in my place that say, "Why cannot do this, do that." Immediately they say that, you have a place that is kept for you. You don't need to go there where the men are. So those are the mentalities we need to, remove. Educational gaps, limited access to STEM resources, which is one of the things we are clamoring for. If our partners will come and collaborate with us, workspace bias is there already. Gender discrimination, unequal opportunities. We mentioned it during the program that Professor Deshope held. We said in this environment where we are being promoted yearly, or there are some rules that they need to look at the equity aspect of it. Give some leverage to women, because we stay 9 months pregnancy, then another 6 months maternity leave. Those things should be considered, because during those times you might not be able to even open any book, not to talk of doing any research, because you already have a greater research in your hand, So why do we need to be intentional about this thing? Why do we need to be intentional? It's very, very crucial. It is at the center of our heart, OWSD Uniform branch, that we affect these young ones to go into STEM fields, because look at the projection there. In 2031, STEM jobs are going to be the highest in the world. And if we're not there, we will be underrepresented the more. And some of us in IT, that those of us that build AI models, we have realized and we have seen that the data sets we collect that is real and correct make the bias to be more, because by the time you develop those tools and bring out these tools for people to use, the predictions will be according to what they learned from the data set, isn't it? And then things will keep going that side. So we are looking for a way to make these STEM fields more favorable for girl child, to increase these things and also close these gaps. So the benefits cannot be, we can't say it all. Breaking stereotype, unique perspective, economic empowerment, diversity drives and innovation. It drives innovation. I'm not saying that the other courses don't drive innovation, but we know that science, technology, engineering, maths is the thing that helps us in most of the breakthroughs we have in our research and in our environment. So I will not end this without talking about these inspiring Nigerian women in STEM. Fortunately, 2 of them are part of us. The first one is the first PhD computer science in Nigeria. Please clap for her. The second one is the beautiful Professor Ikerio Oluchi, who was the past president of this organization, who has done so well in her field of study. She's even now, presently, the Director of Academic Planning in the University of Harcourt. Please clap for her. Then we have another person that is so good in mentoring young ones. Her heart is so big. She can give and give, as long as it has to do with a girl child. Unfortunately, she has 3 girls and a boy, so she understands what we're saying. So she is Professor Choma Blaise Chikre, who is also a HOD of microbiology. So we are not saying what we don't know, because we have been there and we know it is very, very important to start at this stage to encourage these young girls. So what is the action? The action is collaboration is the key. For me, for us to be able to achieve these things, collaboration is the key. Anybody that is interested in making these things work in our little corners, We need to collaborate, we need to connect to be able to make this particular program a yearly thing. And I know the people I'm seeing here will talk to us very soon. Thank you. Together we can forge gender equality. So let's make every day International Women's Day, not only on 8th of March. Every day should be International Women's Day. It will affect how we think, it will affect what we do, it will affect everything pertaining to our activities. Do your bit to ensure that the future for girls is bright, equal, safe, and rewarding in your little corners, in your companies, collectively for International Women's Day. We can all accelerate that. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Umejimo Annabelle, a student of Tiara King's Treasures International, and here with me is
Elia Bekenra George from Community Senior Secondary School, Choba.
So today we are going to be talking about AI or ML models on Jupyter Notebook using the Python and no-code platform. In this present-day 21st century, we are evolving into a world of artificial intelligence, from the usage of devices to development of new machines and even the construction of robots. All these things goes down to what we call artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a machine-displayed intelligence that stimulates human behavior or thinking and can be used to solve specific problems. AI is a branch of computer that enables machines to mimic human intelligence. AI models are trained using vast volumes of data and can make intelligent decisions. Examples, we have voice assistant, which is the Siri or the Alexa. For the Siri, you can see it in the iPhone. Then we have recommendation systems, which is the YouTube, the Netflix. Then we have an image recognition. Branches of artificial intelligence. There are 7 different branches of artificial intelligence, which include 1. Machine learning. In machine learning, computers are enabled to learn from data. 2. Natural language processing. This helps computers to generate, comprehend, and manipulate human language. 3. Computer vision. This enables the computers or robots to see and interact with their environment. 4. Robotics. This deals with the design and construction of the physical structures of robots. 5. Expert systems. This helps a non-expert user to have the knowledge of a domain expert. 6. Physiology. This can help solve a wide variety of functions or can help solve different problems by considering all the available information and giving you the best possible decision given the input. And the last, we have neural networks, which can be abbreviated to ANN, which is Artificial Neural Networks, or NN, which is Neural Networks, which is inspired by the human brain and can help solve a wide variety of problems. Under the neural networks, we also have what we call the deep learning, and this deep learning uses the neural networks to learn from data. So we move over to the applications of AI. AI has helped our world in so many things. As you can see on the screen, we have healthcare, retail, manufacturing, agriculture, finance, and the self-driving cars. Like we have the Tesla cars that Elon Musk just created. Machine learning. Now we are diving deep into the core part of machine learning. So we developed machine learning model using the Python code and regression model, in which our purpose was house price predictions. When I talk about regression model, regression is a statistical method used in machine learning that helps analyze the relationship between the independent variables, which are the inputs, and the dependent variables, which are the outputs. Now, in regression model, we loaded the data set. And you can see on the upside, which is the black side, we have our variables, which is the median income, average bedroom, average rooms, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, before you, what we have is a correlation heat map. Now, this correlation map helps us to get our important variables. As you can see on the map, there's what we call a legend on the left-hand side, which has a red side up and a blue side down. For the red side up, these are the variables that help us get our target variable, which is the house prediction, which is the median house value. While the bluish part are the parts that are the variables that are not so good and can't really help us get what we want. Selecting features based on importance. From our correlation map, which helped us get the important variables, we derived the median income, the house age, average rooms, latitude and longitude, which is the direction, while the rest were dropped. Now, model selection. We decided to use 3 different regression models, which is the linear regression, decision tree regression, and random forest regression. These are algorithms that will become models when trained using our loaded data sets. Now, these models has already been trained, and we decided to use the evaluation performance metrics to see which model is the best, in which we use the mean absolute error, the mean squared error, and the R-squared score. And from our observations, we can see that the random forest is the best model. Why? Because the errors are lower and the R-squared score is high. Note, if the R-squared score of a model is close to 1.00, which means that that model is a good one. And so we can finally say that the random forest is a good model or the best model in which we can use to get our target variable. So at this point, permit me to call on my colleagues to continue from the practice of model and no problem.
So, deployment of the model. We just finished training our algorithms to become model. And after training it, we need to deploy it, which means that we need to house it, we need to situate it, because after training it, we don't just need to leave it like that. We've not stopped our training. So we need to house it, situate it, and fix it in a particular position. And this deployment of the model can be done using Streamlit. Now, Streamlit helps us to create a simple web-based application where users can input values and get predicted house prices in real time. Now, after deploying our model, we can see that we can predict the high-priced house and that of a low-priced house. So, after deploying our model, you can see the diagram by the left side of the screen that shows the different variables in the California house pricing prediction. And there you can see the median income, the house age, average rooms per house, the longitude and the latitude, which helps you know the position of the house. Now, these cells are dynamic, which means that you can change them. So you can see the plus and minus icons by the right side of each cell there. So if you want to predict the price of the house with median income of $15 million, you can just go there, reduce or increase the values of the variables in that particular cell, and after which you click the predict price button, and then the price of that house, that particular characteristics will be given to you. Same applies to the low price house prediction. We want to reduce the values of the variables in this California house pricing prediction. Just go ahead and click the minus sign, and then we predict the price of the house. In a nutshell, I've just said that if you want to predict a low price house, the lesser the value of the variables, the lesser the price of the house, and the higher the value of the variables, the higher the price and the value of the house. So, I just finished telling you about the coding platform of a teachable machine, and presently I want to tell you about the no-code platform of teachable machine. So, before you get to this page you're seeing on the screen, you first of all, you access your search engine, which is Google Chrome, and then you type Google Teachable Machine, and then you get to this particular page. You can train your model on 3 different things: images, audio, and poses. But because of my presentation, I'll be teaching you on how to classify images. You click on the image project and you get to this particular page. Now, on the page you can see 3 different steps for you to be able to classify your data set. So, the first step is to load the data set. The next step is to train it. When you're saying training, you train it, and then the next step, which is the last step, is to preview, which means you're trying to see, did you actually do what I told you to do? You're testing the model. So, the first step is to load the data set. Like I said, I'm loading my data set with images because I'm doing an image project. Now you see 2 buttons there, you see webcam and upload. If you already have saved images in your system that you just want to classify without going through the stress of sitting down and taking images of yourself or whatever, you can just click on the upload button and then it take you to your file explorer and then you choose the images you want to use. But if you want to, I want it here and now, then, so you just click on webcam and then you take images of whatever you want to classify. So, another very important thing to note is if you want to make an image project, if you want to make webcam images there, you must make sure that your background is plain. So you won't confuse your model on what to classify and what not to classify. Because when you see other things on the background, you not confused and say, what the hell am I doing? Now, another important thing to do is the number of data sets in each class should be equal for better and very accurate prediction. Now we just finished doing our data set and I said the next step is to train the model. So we click on train and you can see it is training our model. And then this notification comes up and says, don't switch tabs. Don't switch tabs. Why am I not switching the tabs? I want to do another thing. So what you do, why did they say I shouldn't switch the tabs? This is because your training is ongoing in this particular tab. And if you switch the tab, my dear, everything is going to crash. So you just don't need to switch your tabs. And then we just finished training our models. So the next thing is to test. Did you do what I said we should do? You're testing your model. So you see when I sit in front of the system, it's saying CSS Chuba is 100% and Terra Kings is nothing. Because the model only knows that anybody with this uniform is CSS Chuba. So even if I go back and change the name there and say the name of the student wearing this uniform is Terra Kings, even if I sit there, the system saying you're Tiara Kings, even if you're wearing this uniform, they don't mean that you're Tiara Kings. So when I'm sitting down there, he's saying this person is CSS Shoba. And if once my colleague sits in front of the system, he's saying this person is Tiara Kings or not CSS Shoba, that's why I'm doing the same. Now, to classify more than 2 things, 3 things, 4 things, 5 things, just go ahead and click the add class button, and then you can add another class, edit the name, pick images that you want, and then you're good to go. The next step is to create your export model. You cannot just finish training the model, going through the hell of stress and sitting down making images and then you cannot even export it or let somebody see what you did. So you just need to click on the export model button and then you get to this page. Now, I've just exported my model. I don't want to leave it there, I want to upload it to the cloud. So I click on the upload my model and then when it's finished uploading, you see this URL on this where you see copy. I copy the URL, go to another tab. Here I can conveniently switch my tabs because I finished training my model. So I switch the tabs, paste the URL, and then you can see the same preview of what the model we just trained is here. So when I sit in front of it to say CSS Shoba is 100%, and then you are good to go. Thank you for listening.